今回は、本気です。
Many people misunderstand The Wind Rises. Watching the credits roll, you might felt that you just watched a story about a man finding love and enduring hurdles until he realizes his dreams. I mean, that is literally what the movie is about, but I can't shake the feeling that isn't all that Miyazaki wishes to portray, considering the context of the film. I believe he is telling us how he feels about his own career and influence on the animation industry as a whole. Considering that The Wind Rises is supposed to be his retirement film, the last full-length feature film that he will make in his career, I am sure that he wanted the film to reflect his own career. Acknowledging the acclaim his films in the past have earned, I'm sure he sees himself as a bit of a genius. Not really in an egotistical kind of way, but just making an objective observation of how his work has affected others with a passion for animation and storytelling. Also, considering that Miyazaki even was kinda like psych in his retirement announcement after making Ponyo in 2008, it almost feels as if he had one more thing to say. When I compare the life and career of Miyazaki himself to his portrayal of Jiro Hirokoshi, I can't help but see that Miyazaki is projecting a bit of himself in this film. Miyazaki is a smart and observant person who has a sense of self-awareness. His workflow is also well documented to be akin to a stream of unconsciousness. He doesn't write a script, he just draws what he thinks would fit in the world, and later figures out how they would all interact. It sounds like he is bringing out what's within him, like painting a dream. Miyazaki portrays Hirokoshi as a wholesome, earnest, and respectful man. There is a scene in the documentary The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness where Miyazaki is explaining to his team how deep Hirokoshi would bow, and then comments on how that sort of respect is missing in modern Japanese society. Hirokoshi is sort of portrayed in this movie as Miyazaki's idealized man. But there are actually some similarities that can be drawn to the real-life Hirokoshi and Miyazaki himself. Both are creative and innovative in their fields, but most significantly is how they are both opposed to war. Miyazaki has plenty of anti-war messages in many of his films. He even refused to accept an Academy Award in protest against America's war in Afghanistan. Hirokoshi has diary entries of how he was against the idea of Japan becoming involved in war with the United States. These similarities make it difficult to shake off how Miyazaki may see himself in Hirokoshi a little bit, and may use him as a conduit to comment on his own legacy in this film. While I sometimes second-guess this idea as too much of a stretch, it is this film's emphasis of dreams that reaffirms my confidence in that idea. The film even starts with a dream sequence, almost as if Miyazaki is telling us that everything we see is not meant to be taken literally. Nahoko is vital to emphasize the theme of dreams within the story. She makes her first appearance as a child, checking out the view from the same train Jiro is taking to attend the University of Tokyo. She later appears when Jiro is feeling lost after his design was unsuccessful. The reunion rekindles his optimism, and as soon after, we then see Jiro working the hardest he ever has. And this eventually leads to his successful design of the Mitsubishi A5M. While Nahoko can be viewed as just a love interest, I see the correlation between her appearance in Jiro's life and the productiveness in his craft as a sign that she means more to Jiro and the film itself. And seeing her as a child, in the first scene we see her, almost reflects Jiro's experience in engineering at the time. He's just an enthusiast who is just starting to understand the world of engineering. It's as if she represents Jiro's, and to an extent, Miyazaki's love for what they do.
自分も もちろん自分の中にマイナスな部分や冷たい絶望的なものはたくさん持っていますが、絶望的なことや悲観的なことはいっぱい持っていますが、子どもたちが見るであろう映画にそれを盛り込もうとはあまり思っていません。むしろどういうふうにすれば明るい映画が作れるのか、自分が明るい気持ちになれるのか、それを一生懸命考えます。
Miyazaki has been vocal about his disappointment with the anime industry. He commented that there are too many animations being made recently that are not inspired by real-life experiences, and he believes this causes people to lose touch with reality when they are too indulgent in fantasies. He has also been vocal about the disturbing amount of pedophilic behaviors and ideas being casually implemented in many series. He feels the animation world has a bleak future that he feels he's at fault for instigating. His films like My Neighbor Totoro and Spirited Away introduced millions of people around the world to the rich stories that could be told through animation. While I wouldn't say that Miyazaki is solely responsible for anime to have a place across the globe, he is still a large contributor to the spread of anime. His films are even acclaimed by the American Film Academy. Even normies can connect with his movies. This is sort of mirrored in the film, as Jiro is doing what he believes to be making dreams, but the result of his dreams will bring harm to others. Both Miyazaki and Hirokoshi love what they do, but at the cost of causing harm that is out of their hands. The Wind Rises is biographical of Jiro Hirokoshi's life, but it has some hints of Miyazaki's own experiences in it as well. Miyazaki never minces words in interviews. He also puts a lot of his own experiences in his movies. Although Miyazaki infamously criticized his son's film for being too honest, Miyazaki himself always wore his heart on his sleeve. At the end of the film, when Jiro says goodbye to Naoko's spirit, he tearfully thanks her. He thanks her because he wouldn't have been able to pull through with his work without her. In a frame when we consider Miyazaki's career, it is almost as if he, despite everything, is glad he was able to create his dreams.
ありがとう。ありがとう。君は生きねばならん。その前に予定がないか。いいワインがあるんだ。
So hi, I'm Rudy and that is the video. I've had this theory in my head for years since I first saw this movie, and I feel a weight has been lifted now that I finally made this video. This is one of Miyazaki's best films, it truly is. There are many more details to look at, like my favorite character Kastrup and his love for the bizarre lettuce watercress, or the character's interactions with real-life historic events. But I just wanted this video to share my thought that maybe Hayao Miyazaki wanted to make this film to really say goodbye to everyone. Although I doubt it would ever happen. If I ever had a chance to meet Miyazaki-san, I might ask if that's how he felt about this movie. If this video has made you view this film in a different light, let me know. Like and subscribe, as I would definitely be more motivated to make videos like this in the future. I already have ideas that cover other iconic anime movies and series, so I'd love for you to stick around and check them out when they drop. Until then, take care of yourself and choose to live.
Tsukaretaro.
ずっと夢の中にいるみたい。なんだか揺れてるの。
安心してゆっくりお休み。
来て、
だけどお前。
来て。
I can't help but see that Miyazaki is projecting a bit of himself in this film. Fuck.